Has your firm taken any fees out of Stockport? Have you added to their financial burden?
We haven't, no. I mean, we're say 11 months on, we have spent a lot of time. We've not had a penny in fees. The likelihood of getting a fee will depend on the outcome. We're certainly not confident that we're going to cover anything. But you know, we've got to do our job, and we will see the job through, and hopefully we will get that purchaser.
So, I mean, put it simply, do you think the club will survive?
It's in the balance. We do need a buyer, and we need this buyer to perform pretty quickly. So we need the Football League to ratify the interest from the Melrose Consortium. Whether they will do or not, you know, I'm not holding up a great deal of confidence because we're here 4 months on, and the sale hasn't concluded. So we think we can get through to the end of the season with the funds that we've got. I say we have managed the situation fairly well. Close season, we'll probably just mothball the club and see what happens. And if we can get a buyer lined up before the end of next season, then maybe we'll start trading. But we will be having to go to the Football League and ask them whether we can start trading next year, because you can only be in administration for 18 months with a football club, which will take us through to the end of October. So really, we won't want to be starting the season unless we know we've got a purchaser and that they've got the funds and the agreement of the Football League to move forward.
So realistically, prospective bidders, how long is there for the deal to be concluded? Are we talking a matter of 6-7 weeks until the end of the season?
Yeah, we're certainly talking 6 to 7 weeks. Say we're confident we can keep going for that sort of period. And it's not really a time-consuming process. We just need a bidder that can come and demonstrate to the Football League that they have got the wherewithal to conclude a deal. So, you know, we are hopeful that we can get there. But, you know, we are 11 months on and we are massively frustrated. I'm sure the fans are frustrated. But hopefully we'll get there. We're certainly not giving up. So we would plead to anybody that if they want to buy Stockport County, it's here to be purchased, not to be fettered by the fact that we've got the Melrose Consortium in the background, because I say that has been now 4 months in the making. And
this is the first time that your firm's dealt with a football club. Will you do it again?
Probably not out of choice. It's been a tough job. It's been a very interesting one, and I say we will take great pride if we can actually manage the club to the point where it can be moved forward and there could be a purchaser taking it into next season.
Because you were saying that if it was any other business, you wouldn't have kept it going this long, but because of the fans and the history of the club, it's imperative to give it every chance of survival.
It is, yeah. It's not like a normal business. You know, we trade businesses, engineering businesses, printing business, wherever they might be. You do take a fairly more commercial stance, but it is quite an emotive subject, a football club, and therefore, you know, you do tend to run with it probably longer than you would if it was any other commercial business.
But that time is running out.
That time is definitely running out, and I say we are weeks away from closure unless we can find a buyer.
And just finally, we spoke to the chairman of the Football League a couple of weeks ago. He said the financial model of football was broken. Knowing what you now know about how the game's run, what's your view of the finances of football clubs?
Yes, I mean, you know, with Stockport in particular, whoever takes it on will not have an easy ride in terms of the finances. Whether it's tradable, in a profitable manner is probably open to debate. You would certainly need somebody who's capable of investing cash on a year to basis. But yeah, the model doesn't work. It's all about income, and unfortunately, when you get lower down the leagues, the income just isn't there.
And yeah, just one further question. Do you think the fact that the Melrose Consortium's bid has dragged on for so long, that has put off other possible bidders?
I don't think it could have done any good. You know, we have been fairly at pains to point out through the process that this deal is not a done deal, and therefore we have been speaking to other parties, you know, and said, look, don't be put off by the fact that this bid is continuing. But I'm sure that it can only have been a negative factor. So it would be nice for the Football League to turn around to us sooner rather than later and say, yes, the bid will be acceptable, but there are a couple of issues, but we are working, or we don't want the Melrose Consortium, and therefore we can concentrate in another direction.
And just finally, what would your message be to fans of Stockport at the moment?
Well, We share your frustration, and we are hopeful that the club can be saved. You know, please bear with us, please support the club, because that's very important that the team get the right support. Obviously the league position is not particularly wonderful, and undoubtedly it looks like they're going to be playing League 2 football next year, but it's all about survival, and you know, if the fans can just stay on board with us, we are working as hard as we possibly can to try and make sure that this episode ends sooner rather than later.
Thanks very much, Paul.
It's a pleasure, thank you.